And besides being president of the United States, Donald Trump was also kind of president of the world, you know, leader of the free world as part of the title. For instance, later this month, Trump is scheduled to attend the NATO summit in Brussels. That's going to be a little uncomfortable because during the campaign, Trump repeatedly said things like this.
NATO is obsolete.
Thing is, the U.S. is the most important member of NATO. That's like being the best man at a wedding and standing up and saying, congratulations to the happy couple, monogamy is obsolete, everybody into the flesh pile, let's go. Hump day. And that's not only a worry that NATO has this week. Right now, they're frantically trying to Trump-proof the president's first visit. Now, traditionally, Trump-proofing means locking the door to the Miss USA dressing room. But, just in case, hiya! But in this case, it also means compensating for Trump's notoriously short attention span by telling heads of state to limit their talks to 2 to 4 minutes at a time. All right, tell me how to solve the Syrian refugee crisis. You have until my burrito is hot. If this is true, Trump has got such a short attention span, he has to use a bookmark for greeting cards. It would be really fun to watch Donald Trump read a book. It was the best of times. I love a happy ending. Ding! Oh, my burrito's done. Hold on 1 second. As one anonymous source put it, it's like they're preparing to deal with a child. Yeah, with Trump around you, you gotta put the hooks on the cabinets, you gotta put bumpers on the coffee table, one of those caps, you know, one of these twisty caps to childproof the nuclear button, and just to be safe, put a Mr. Yuck sticker on there. Of course, at the age of 70, is he 70 now? They grow up so fast. Of course, at the age of 70, Trump doesn't have the energy of a child, in part because he doesn't believe in exercise. According to the Washington Post, Donald Trump believes the human body is like a battery with a finite amount of energy, which exercise depletes. Okay, good news, kids. There's gonna be a new presidential physical fitness test. See that rope? Don't touch it. Okay, you passed. Here's your sticker. Run along. Now, in case you also get your medical advice from medieval barbers, the article helpfully explains the human body actually becomes stronger with exercise. That, according to a recent study by the New England Journal of No Duh. That, of course, is not how Donald Trump sees it. No, apparently, Trump thinks that a person is born with a finite amount of energy, which, may I point out, by that logic, would mean that the strongest people in the world are babies. They got the most... Once that fontanelle closes, they're killing machines. They have no object permanence yet, so they won't miss you when you're gone. So that's we make Delta Force out of them and just toss them out of planes at people. Though I suppose we should have seen his anti-exercise thing coming. After all, one of the first things Trump did was replace Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign with his own Let's Not. Speaking, thank you.
Yeah.
Speaking of not exercising, anyone ride the subway here tonight? Anybody got? Yeah. It's one of my favorite ways to get around New York City, right after Gurney and being kidnapped. But good news for subway fans, the ride's about to get a little more polite because starting this week, the New York City subway is giving baby on board buttons to pregnant women. That is a lot better than MTA's first draft, inseminated and nauseous. Of course, they're not handing that one out.
Hey.
That was a first draft. Your reaction is why there was not a second draft of that. Of course, there are pros and cons here. On the pro side, these buttons could finally remove every subway rider's greatest fear, that you will accidentally offer your seat to a woman you think is pregnant, but is not. That's why, to cover all their bases, the MTA is also offering buttons that say, not pregnant, just Chipotle. Speaking of babies, Well, we were speaking of babies. We were speaking of babies.
Yeah,
The Social Security Administration just released its 2016 baby name data, and the fastest growing name in the U.S. is Kylo, as in Kylo Ren from Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This is surprising, since newborn babies look way more like Yoda to me. Poop my pants, I did. According to the data, 238 parents named their sons after the new Star Wars villain last year. I'm not convinced naming your son Kylo is a great idea. For one thing, Kylo Ren kills his dad, which is a huge spoiler for your son's teenage years. I told you to stay out of my room, old man. Ah! I can't believe you did that to me after your brother Oedipus ran off with your mother.